The purpose of this video is how to replace the damper motor assembly on a Broan BLP150E75.
First, make sure that power is disconnected to the unit. If you have a hardwired unit, go to that circuit breaker box and turn that breaker off. If you have a corded unit, go to that outlet and unplug that electrical cord to that unit you're working on. Next, we're going to take that cover off. The cover has door latches, and if you pull on those door latches from left to right, that door will come down. That door is basically on hinge pins. If you jiggle that door and kind of pull to the left, that door will come out. Next, we're going to be removing that core filter. That core has a core latch, and you're going to lift up on that latch and pull a little bit. And then you're going to just kind of wiggle it back and forth and pull the core straight outward. Next, what we're going to do is, if you have any wiring connected to that green bar, low voltage wiring, disconnect that wiring. Then remove the two Phillips screws holding that electric cover. Once those screws are removed, that door will flip down. Depending on what blower, if you're removing the left or right, each blower is held in by one screw. Remove the screw for that blower you're removing. In this case, we're removing the left blower. Once that screw is removed, you pull on the electrical assembly and disconnect the ground screw. Once that ground screw is out, you can pull an electrical assembly outward, start disconnecting the wires that's preventing the electrical assembly from being removed. Once all the wires are disconnected, that electrical assembly will basically hang there. What you're going to do next is you're going to grab that blower assembly and it pulls straight out with ease.
What you're going to do is you're going to follow that cord all the way down to that damper motor. You're going to loosen the two screws on that damper motor cover and remove that cover. Once the two screws are removed, go ahead and grab that cover and just pull gently. Once that cover is off, you can take your thumb and your pointing finger and grab that damper motor and just pull down and turn. You can grab that cord and disconnect it from the holders on that unit. You can go ahead and replace that damper motor. You can feed that cord into that unit, into the holders, all the way down. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to grab that cover, you're going to insert that motor into that cover, and you're going to replace that damper motor onto the gear. Once in place, take your two screws and fasten the cover back down. When all done, make sure all wires are tucked in place.
Next, replace that blower assembly with a new one. Make sure you line it up and just slide it straight in. Once that blower assembly is in, start connecting the wires to the electrical board. When you have some wires, what you can do is you can push that board and seat it into place and slide it in so you can put more of the wires back onto the board. When everything is all wired up, make sure all connections are tight and slide the electrical assembly in and make sure it's nicely seated. Make sure that ribbon cable is into the connector. Sometimes by pulling and pushing, it can come disconnected. So make sure that that ribbon cable is seated as well. Connect that ground screw back up. And then put that one screw back in that motor. What you can do next is lift that cover up back into place and put the 2 Phillips screws for that cover, screw them back into place. Make sure you connect all wires that were connected to that green bar. And next, grab that core filter and line it up and slide it back into place. That core filter will latch into place down on the bottom where that latch is. Next, put the door back on the hinge pins, lift up, and what you can do is you can grab those latches and you can close those latches. You can put a screw in those latches to prevent anybody from getting in, and don't forget to plug the unit back in. Hope this video helps. Thanks for watching.